This is the Ohio AgNet from the Voice You Know with the NutriTrust Studios, sponsored by BASF and Certain Corn Herbicide. Unleash residual power early to allow for pre- or post-application to attack weeds at their weakest. I'm Ty Higgins. Today is day 2 of the Ohio Pork Congress in Lima. Cheryl Day is the Ohio Pork Council Executive Vice President. She talked to me about some of the wins, policy-wise, that came down the line in 2025.
We were pretty proactive in our strategy. We had some really big priorities in the budget that we actually were successful in getting passed through there. We had to do a legislative clarification for our feral swine bill, and now it's enacted, and that's a big win. We had a big ask for the College of OSU Vet Med, but it's really about Ohio. It's about Protect Ohio. And we were able to capture $10 million to build that pipeline for large animal veterinarians and to build a center for foreign animals disease response. And that's very important for our future. The other wins that we had is we did do a backstop for our checkoff program in case something would happen on the national level. It's just there in case, and that is there, and it's very available for our producers to still be producer-led, and that's important because the checkoff dollars are their dollars.
You mentioned federal level. What are some of the things you're looking at as we get into 2026 as far as things you have your eye on that could harm or help the pork industry?
Great question. So we're very aligned with our partners, the National Pork Producer Council, and they are working obviously for a solution for Prop 12. We're not giving up that fight. We need that Farm Bill 2.0. We need to do some reform on that labor front, and those are really two big issues, and then of course trade. We want to make sure that our barriers are reduced, and we'd like to open up the borders so we can sell even more pork because pork is a global favorite.
And demand is outstanding right now for pork, not just here in the U.S., but across the world. As you talk with producers here at Pork Congress over the next couple of days, I have to imagine that spirits are high.
Spirits are high because they're making money again. We went through 2 very record low profits for them. Unfortunately, the grain guys are now kind of experiencing that, and most of them, as pork producers, raise grain crops too, but they are actually seeing the black ink again. So that's good, but on their mind all the time is how can I sell pork? They really feel like right now with beef prices high, are we really capturing our part? Because ground pork can be subbed for ground beef. And so they're making sure that how they're really pushing us, whether it's at the state or national level, to really promote their product.
Cheryl Day leads up the Ohio Pork Council, our guest here from Pork Congress in Lima. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Let's check the forecast. Brought to you on the Ohio AgNet by Seed Consultants. Simply better performance. Online at seedconsultants.com. Here's Ryan Martin.
Your Wednesday not looking too shabby overall, especially after we've dealt with a little bit of moisture and a lot of clouds the past few days. Now tomorrow we've got a clipper trying to work through the Great Lakes region. I think that throws some cloud cover into northwest Ohio, morning and midday. The rest of the state should turn out partly sunny. Reinforcing shot of moisture coming in with that overnight Thursday night into Friday. That's where we will see scattered snow showers. I think this is a direct hit across Ohio, anywhere from a coating to 2 inches easily, maybe 3 in a few spots, but coverage will be 95% of the Buckeye State for that Thursday night, Friday time frame. So gear up for some travel snarls, I think, to finish the week. We dry down for the weekend. Stay chilly with strong winds, so I think we're going to be seeing some blowing around there, but sunshine trying to poke through. Warming next week. I'm Ryan Martin.
Ryan, thank you so much. Time for this week's South American Update. Here's Joel Penorwood.
Thanks to Seed Genetics Direct, the #1 fastest growing and largest Ohio-based independent seed company. Rafael Gallo tells us in the latest report that big soybean and corn crops in South America look comfortable on paper, but farmers there say margins are anything but. New estimates from USDA and Brazil's CONAB show near record soybean production in Brazil and large corn crops across the country, as well as Argentina. That's helping rebuild global supplies, but weather remains uneven, with heat and dry pockets threatening yields in southern Brazil and parts of Argentina. At the same time, costs are squeezing farmers. Higher inputs, weaker prices, and fewer forward sales tightening margins. And more grain is staying home. Brazil's expanding livestock and biofuel sectors, as we've been hearing about, are crushing more soybeans and using more corn domestically, leaving less cushion for exports. So while global balance sheets look big, the safety margin is thinner than it seems. From the latest South American Update, you can find that full in-depth piece online today at ohioagnet.com. I'm Joel Penorwood reporting.
Joel, thank you. If a career with ODNR is appealing to you, Joe Everett has some interesting details.
The Ohio Department of Natural Resources is inviting people interested in a mission-driven career to attend one of 11 upcoming Natural Resources Officer Open Houses across the state. ODNR leaders say increasing the number of officers is a priority as natural resources officers play a key role in keeping visitors safe while protecting Ohio's parks, waterways, forests, and nature preserves. The open houses offer an inside look at a career that combines law enforcement with conservation and public service. Attendees will learn about the hiring and training process, physical fitness requirements, and specialized units like K-9, drone operations, investigations, and swift water rescue. Participants can also get application tips, talk directly with current officers, and sign up for a ride-along opportunity. The events are designed for both those just starting their careers and those considering a career change. Open houses run from February 4th through March 5th at state parks and field offices across Ohio. Those interested are encouraged to register in advance by emailing ODNR's Natural Resources Officer Recruitment Team. To learn more, you can find this full article today at ohioagnet.com. For the Ohio AgNet, I'm Joe Everett reporting.
Joe, thank you. The Ohio AgNet continues after this.
Get ready to bid on the heavy equipment and vehicles you need in a Ritchie Brothers Midwest Regional event happening February 10th through 12th. Inventory is at Ritchie Brothers locations in Columbus, Chicago, Detroit, Minneapolis, Kansas City, and Lincoln, with in-person inspections available. Bid on a wide selection of excavators, loaders, dump trucks, and truck tractors. Don't miss this great opportunity. Visit rbauction.com/Columbus to sign up. rbauction.com/Columbus.
It's time for the Morton Buildings Building Value Days sales event running now through the end of February. Morton buildings are built stronger, last longer, and look better. So if you're planning for a garage, farm shop, stall barn, a storage building for your RV, boat, or collectibles, or anything in between, act now. Our buildings are built to last, but these savings won't. Visit MortonBuildings.com or contact your local Morton office to take advantage of current savings on new buildings. Certain restrictions may apply. Offer valid only on select new building orders placed between January 5th and February 28th, 2026.
Welcome back to the Ohio AgNet. I'm Ty Higgins. If you're part of a smaller farm, there's a conference just for you coming up. Brianna Smith has the details.
The Ohio State Small Farm Team is getting ready to host its annual New and Small Farm Conference on March 14th at the Schisler Conference Center in Worcester. Joining me today is Carrie Jagger with Ohio State University Extension. She's on the Small Farm Team and one of the planners of this event. Carrie, for listeners who may not be familiar with the Small Farm Conference, can you tell us a little more about what it is and who it's designed to serve?
So the New and Small Farm Conference, it's a yearly event, and this year it's going to be held on March 14th at the OSU campus in Worcester, Ohio, and it's from 8 to 4:30 there on the 14th. We offer a wide variety of educational topics. They're geared toward the new or beginning farmer, or maybe someone looking to diversify their operation. Sometimes the next generation wants to come back to the farm, and that may be a big farm, it may be a medium-sized farm, and they don't have room for that next generation to come back. So they're looking for something to diversify their operation for that next generation to do. And we offer a wide variety of topics. So sometimes those folks looking to diversify will come to the conference and they might get an idea to help bring something new to their farm.
What are some of the topics on this year's agenda?
So this year we've got a wide variety, and we try to keep a wide variety, and we base the topics off of the surveys we had from the year before. So we always ask the question of what you'd like to see, and people will give us ideas. So we try to bring those topics in. That way it'll bring people back if we're offering new stuff. But we always try to offer a business type topic and then some production type topics. And some of our business topics this year include insurance, navigating insurance for your small farm, and navigating farm taxes. We get a lot of questions on those in extension. So we thought that would be a couple good topics as far as business. And then we have utilizing the internet to boost your small farm sales, because a lot of people are using the internet to try to market their farm. So we thought it'd be good to bring someone in to talk about that. And then we've got attracting beneficial insects, integrated pest management and identification and control, utilizing perennials on a cut flower farm, just to name a few. And then at lunch, this is the first time since Sabrina and I have been running the Small Farm Conference that we've had a keynote speaker. And we've got Michael Kilpatrick, and he's the owner of the Farm on Central and the founder of Growing Farmers, and he's in Southwest Ohio, and he's going to come and be our keynote speaker and talk about his business and how he's built his small farm. It's a small urban farm, and he's got it very diversified, and he does a lot of really neat things. So we're excited to have him as our keynote speaker.
It sounds like there's a little bit of something for everyone at this conference. If there's one thing you hope that sticks with attendees after they leave, what would that be?
We have such a diverse selection of topics, and I think everybody's going to take something different away. But if I had to choose one thing, it's that networking piece and meeting new people. So I hope whoever comes to the conference that they can meet someone new and that they can learn and grow with them after they leave that conference. If you don't make the conference this year, if you're busy, we do offer a small farm area at the Farm Science Review. We have demonstrations and all kinds of information on small farm topics there. The small farm area is at the west end of the Farm Science Review, and the Farm Science Review is this year, September 22nd through the 24th. So if you missed the conference, feel free to come out to the Farm Science Review and meet up with the small farm area there.
Registration is now open for the 2026 New and Small Farm Conference set for March 14th. The cost to attend is $125, and the registration deadline is Wednesday, March 4th. Farmers can find full event details and register online at u.osu.edu/GoFarmOhio. Reporting for Ohio's Country Journal and Ohio AgNet, I'm Brianna Smith.
Thanks so much, Brianna. We'll check the markets and some analysis after this as the Ohio AgNet continues.
Whether you're in the fields or on the farm, creating a safer work environment has never been easier. BWC's safety consulting services are included with your policy premiums and offer training and education for everyone in your farming operation. It's always the right time to make safety a priority. Visit bwc.ohio.gov or call 1-800-644-6292. The Ohio Bureau of Workers' Compensation, here to help you work safely.
Attention construction pros. Purple Wave Auction brings quality equipment to your fingertips. Join our bi-weekly online auctions featuring dozers, excavators, loaders, and more. We provide detailed listings, photos, and seller contact info. Inspect online or in person. With our no reserve policy, every item sells to the highest bidder. Visit purplewave.com today and see why informed builders choose Purple Wave. Transparent processes, real deals, your next great purchase awaits. purplewave.com.
Welcome back to the Ohio AgNet. I'm Ty Higgins, and today's market analysis is brought to you by Louis Dreyfus Company. Excited to bring a brand new soybean crush facility to Upper Sandusky. Learn more about marketing your soybeans with LDC by calling 574-566-2113. Here's Ryan Martin.
Grain markets finished mostly higher yesterday, led by bean oil. Triple-digit gains in bean oil came on the heels of actual 45Z guidance being released from the U.S. Treasury. I was shocked. I was surprised. Never thought it would happen. Here it is. However, part of the reason why we didn't see a runaway is because nobody still knows what it all means. Carbon scoring models have to be updated and released. Recommendations have to undergo a public hearing process all the way through at the end of May. Indirect land use clause does add a lot of diesel credits, but it's not anything that we can put our finger on that it's going to help it by this amount and that amount. It's generally bullish for veg oil and bioproducing markets, but everything else has to wait and see how the trickle-down effect comes. EPA also announced in a court document yesterday that it will release the RVO and SRE allocations by the end of March. That's also good news. I'm Ryan Martin.
Thank you, Ryan. This check of the markets brought to you by Seed Consultants. Simply better performance. Online at seedconsultants.com. We're a half penny higher overnight for March corn at $4.29 a bushel. May $4.36 3/4 to the plus side. July corn up 3/4 as well at $4.42 3/4. Soybeans for March 2 cents to the plus side at $10.67 3/4. May $10.80 up by 3 1/4, and soybeans for July up 2 3/4 at $10.93 1/4. July wheat up by a penny and 3/4 at $5.50 September $5.62 3/4 up a penny and 1/4, and wheat for December $5.81 3/4 up by a penny and 1/2. After yesterday's trade, live cattle for February $2.15 higher at $240.32. April $241.62 up by $2 and a dime. Feeder cattle for April $365.87 up $1.70. Lean hogs for February $88.55 up $80, and April lean hogs up $1.52 at $98.15. For the Ohio AgNet, I'm Ty Higgins. We'll see you down the road.